Look, all right? I can tell some of them will be popular just by looking at the titles. TV series and music are also a waste of time. And I can't really argue with that when it comes to movies and TV shows, but streaming while watching a guy play video games for 5 hours straight and shouting W or L every 10 minutes. Well, maybe I'm just getting older, but I'd much rather go touch some grass. But here's the crazy part. The youth are being choked by these streamers like Quasin Speed and Aiden Ross. I admire their grudge, on the one hand. It takes consistency to create material every day, even if it isn't extensively edited or detailed. Most people lack the self-discipline to even go for a walk, much less perform in front of an audience every day. However, what benefit are they providing other than taking up hours of a 14-year-old's day? And keeping money from their parents' credit cards. They aren't exactly imparting wisdom that could change people's lives. Even stranger, some of these adolescents will back a wealthy streamer before assisting a friend or cousin who wants to launch a side project or small business. Although some may argue that these streamers motivate others, there is no long-term benefit to copying what they do on their screen. It's just a vicious circle of digital brain rot. And now that streaming has become so popular, streamers suddenly have a greater influence on young people than even musicians or actors. In fact, prominent artists are collaborating with men like Kai or Aiden to promote their songs. Look, I've previously watched streams, generally from creators who provided more than just mindless giggles. I'm not arguing that there isn't room for casual, low-effort material. Many of us are exhausted and occasionally just need to unwind. The main problem, though, is why you spend hours observing someone else's life while ignoring your own, including your objectives, finances, and health. While you're stuck to a screen, dozing off and wasting time that you'll never get back, none of it advances. Since the creator is communicating with the audience in real time, it almost seems like they are hanging out together, which only draws the viewer in further. In my opinion, streaming elevates the parasocial relationship to a whole new level. Having a stream playing in the background while you're running errands or at the gym is one thing. By then, it's essentially just audio, similar to a podcast. However, you may need to reconsider your relationship with my husband if you spend hours every day staring at your screen in this manner.
W's in the chat. Oh yeah. Kai, you're so funny.
Grab, grab, boom, grr, bow, bow, bow. Hey, stream, I got a special guest. You won't guess the name. I'll tell you, it's Kyrie Irving.
Man, how did you get Kyrie Irving on your stream, man? You deserve 100 subs for that one, man.
Thank you to the jobless,
fan
who just donated 100 subs to me.
What am I missing here? Some of you may have heard of AM for whatever reason. 6 guys moved into a house together to work together and broadcast almost every day. Kai Cenat is the most well-known member with over 14 million Instagram followers and insane Twitch numbers. If analogies are to be made, he is essentially the group's Beyoncé, even though Kai wasn't one of the founding members. He stood out due to his exuberant, boisterous, and extravagant demeanor. He resembles the streaming equivalent of Kevin Hart. While some people find it quite entertaining, others, like me, don't. Perhaps I'm simply not the intended demographic. Enough, however, Kai has now attained a level of stardom where he attends the Grammys alongside Nicki Minaj, John Cena, and even Kevin Hart. He has brand agreements with Nike, T-Mobile, the whole nine at McDonald's. It's obvious that businesses are aware of his influence and want a piece of the action. This is where things get complicated. We frequently discuss on this channel that in order to succeed in the entertainment industry, you frequently need to suppress your moral compass in order to keep the checks coming. You steer clear of contentious subjects. You don't cause trouble. You become as corporately friendly and brand safe as you can. To be fair, many of us do this at our 9-to-5 jobs. We keep quiet about certain topics and play the game because we need that paycheck to pay the rent. But we're just regular people. We kind of have to. When someone like Kai makes hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars a year, even just from donations, you're not doing it for survival at that point. And you know, he doesn't really need the brand deals to eat. That in and of itself is a form of selling out, because you're choosing money over your genuine voice. It becomes more of a decision at that point. And notice that I'm not attempting to pocket watch. Rather, I'm approaching something. Yes, brand deals provide steadiness. But if you're earning $3 million a month from only your fans backing, why do you keep sacrificing your voice to preserve your safe bag? That's the fork in the road, if you will. It's amazing how the atmosphere always changes whenever entertainers start making a lot of money. Do you cash in and let the companies make the decisions? Or do you remain true to yourself and maintain complete creative freedom? The messaging changes, as do the stances. All of a sudden, you see the same images and symbols that you have seen 100 times before. For instance, Kai is shown here posing for a bait photo shoot with fellow creative Ray, and he uses the wound eye symbolism twice. He can even be seen here covering his mouth in the traditional vow of silence position, actually in front of our eyes. These positions convey multiple messages. George Carlin once remarked, "It's a big club and you're not in it." Kai has been spotted taking a similar position even earlier in his career. Reading about the Masons' own teachings could provide an explanation for why you see performers like Kai striking the vow of silence position. The universe is built on secrecy, and the greatest mystery of all is the life force that animates, moves, and beautifies everything. Silence and concealment are a Mason's first duty, highest virtue, and most important virtue. Seeker is indispensable in a Mason of whatever degree. According to a remark from 33rd degree Confederate General and leader Albert Pike, he is telling you that this is a required course regardless of your position within the club. Regarding the AM organization, early this month, Roberto Gonzalez, also known as Fanum, one of the founding members, posted some mysterious content on his social media accounts that said the following: "It's humorous to me. Everything will be revealed soon. I knew you would comprehend if you understood what I know. Nothing is random. Everything they do is calculated. No longer is it natural. Every action is computed." It's funny that you have to watch the people who are closest to you, but that's the way things are. They consider themselves to be true gods. We are aware of God's true identity. In another post, he states, "They sold their soul. They're mad I won't do it. Their religion is money. Mine isn't." He continued by saying the AM Twitter page unfollowed me and denied me access. I wager I'm eager to learn who thought of this. They overlooked everything I did, including taking a chance by feeding the squad when I didn't have Adam make us all wealthy. Many of us, or at least their followers, were taken aback, believing that the AM collective had been significantly impacted. Claims that Fanum had left or had been booted out with Duke were addressed by group members. Dennis only stated that it was bogus news, and Kai Cenat replied with the following:
Bro, how the fuck y'all niggas get bamboozled into thinking Fanum left AMP? Chat, let me go ahead and say something, gang. Everybody who fell for Fanum leaving AMP, I'm not gonna lie, that just goes to show how much y'all niggas actually watch AMP. No cap. We all know around this time or once out of the year, Fanum has to leave the US to take care of his pollen and stuff like that. You feel me? And that, him doing that, just led into like a whole bunch of shit. Y'all gotta understand, you being on X and you looking at captions and looking at a video that's clipped out of context, bro, you can't always believe that shit, especially on X.
Now consider what Fanum is attempting to communicate. Does that contradict everything I just discussed? When these performers want to continue moving up the success ladder, they start acting strangely and pushing boundaries, increasing the shock factor to get more views and reach. Consider Kai and Speed, who spend hours streaming in the shower together. Is this the kind of stuff Fanum isn't into? Is he tired of the business world being overly involved and stifling their voices? Or is he simply not into the rituals? His words convey volumes, but I couldn't say for sure. I wanted to share a few thoughts with you, but I don't really have any dramatria for you. It appears like Fanum is acting with a higher moral compass than the rest. Even if I don't personally know them and I don't watch their work. Perhaps he's seeing his friend slipping further into the abyss of fame and fortune. And he's setting a boundary before he loses himself pursuing a bag. Now, I noticed that Am posted a video featuring Fanum a few days ago. So who can tell? If Fanum is attempting to speak up, or if this is just a random tirade, which I seriously doubt. Let's see how things develop over the coming months. I can't recall where I watched it. But I laughed a lot when he remarked, well, if Fanum appears with some blonde hair next, I'm just going to throw it in there. Perhaps there is some Wunai symbolism, in which case we will be able to determine his position. However, as of right now, is he formally severing his relationship with the group? Will fans take notice of the warning signs, or will they continue to let these streamers to drain their energy? Only time will tell. That's all I have for now, but I'll try my best to cover anything new that comes up. Please hit the like button if you enjoy the video. Please leave a remark below. Is Fanum the only member of the pack who is prepared to be honest at the risk of missing out on a chance to work with well-known brands? Or is there simply a major miscommunication within the group? Remember to share the video and, above all, subscribe, man. Script, it's been your guy, and I'm leaving. Peace.